this edition of Formation Matters. Today we're talking about silence and balance. I'm Father Nicholas Sheehy, and here we have Brother Pablo Rodriguez de la Gala. Brother Pablo, can you tell us where you're from?
I'm from Campeche, Mexico.
And what are you studying here at the Cheshire Novitian College of Humanities?
Well, we study humanities and we study Latin, Greek, Western civilization, art, literature, and other subjects.
Very good. And so how many years have you been in the Legionaries of Christ now?
3 years and a half.
3.5 years. Okay. Well, very good. So today we're looking a little bit about the place of silence in our lives. And I was actually reading a document by Pope Benedict, which he had for World Communications Day. And he was talking about how silence and communication kind of go together. Silence and word paths of evangelization, right? That we need both silence and then obviously also the spoken word. And Brother Paulo, I wanted to ask you, kind of what's your first impression of silence, or how would you say that we live silence here at the Novitian College of Humanities?
Well, I think silence is key to knowing yourself and understanding better who God is. And I think here in the house there's an atmosphere of silence that I am really grateful that we have. And it really gives you opportunity that throughout the day you are able to know yourself and to speak with God.
Right, and something that really struck me when I read this document by Pope Benedict was something he said: silence is an integral element of communication. In its absence, words rich in content cannot exist. So here there's kind of this interesting play between silence and communication. Brother Pablo, would you say that you have a lot of good conversations here?
Yes, yes.
And would you say that kind of having our times of silence, our times of prayer, helps us to have more meaningful conversations when we are speaking to each other?
Yes, for sure. And also the fact of building that habit of having silence in your life, it also helps that when you have a conversation, you're more prone to listen to the other.
Right, and I think that's something that's very important. Something that I think also silence can help us is learning how to listen. Something the Pope said was, word and silence. Learning to communicate is learning to listen and contemplate as well as speak. Brother Paulo, do you feel like you're good at listening to others?
I give a good try.
Okay, so maybe give us a little bit of your experience of what it's like to really try to focus on what somebody else is saying. What are some things that are running through your mind when somebody's talking to you?
Well, I mean, I think often comes to the temptation of like thinking about other things that I need to do, but I think the most important thing you have to do in a conversation is giving yourself to that person that is there, like really listening and giving them the time of quality.
Right. Yeah, I think that's something that's very important to recognize. Yeah, I think that looking back, we see that silence can help to have a certain balance in our lives. I think that a lot of times we're very used to having always music, different programs on, even just getting on the internet and looking at a lot of different things. It kind of breaks up, and maybe we kind of lose the sense of silence in our life. But here that we do have this opportunity to live a little bit more a life of silence, we're able to appreciate it a little bit more. Kind of the last area where I would like to see silence in our lives is silence in the liturgy. So Brother Pablo, if we think about when we celebrate the Mass, there are moments of silence during the Mass, and maybe a lot of the people that are watching right now, maybe sometimes it can be hard to have those long silences at Mass because maybe we feel bored, or maybe we feel like there's nothing going on. But what would you say about the role of silence in the Mass?
Well, I think it helps a lot to contemplate and to get into what's happening at that moment. I think especially of like the moment before the prayer of the Mass. Like
Mhm.
that's a very good moment, like to really recollect yourself and like realize, oh, hey, pay attention, it's coming something important now, and to listen to the prayer of the Mass.
Right. I think that's something that's really very important. So if we want silence and balance in our lives, we really have to be making that effort every day. And even with a moment such as living the Mass, actually gives us a great opportunity to grow in a sense of silence. And this will bring that balance into our lives and help have peace in our hearts. So if you like this video, I invite you to like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel because we'll be producing more great materials coming up. God bless and have a great day.
God bless.